Hello, I am going to show you how to do the setup that I use for streaming and recording concerning audio. I have a setup that lets me stream game audio, my microphone, stream notification, Discord and music, but then lets me record all that without the music, so I can upload my video, my streams to YouTube without the music, preventing it from getting copyright blocked. That's the main reason I have this. Another reason is if I for some reason did a really cool speedrun or something during my stream and I want to turn that into a video with game audio only, I can make it so that I have a recording of that video or of the audio that is just the game audio without my microphone, without the music, without Discord, without stream notifications. But it takes a bit to set up, so I recently formatted my PC, my hard drive, and now I have set it all up and it's fresh in my mind, so I'm going to show you what I did. So first off, we want VAC Banana and we want a virtual audio cable. You're going to need 3 virtual audio cables actually in my case, but VAC Banana comes with 2 virtual audio cables that work, so we only need 1 extra virtual audio cable. First thing is we want to get VAC Banana, so we want to go to this website vbaudio.com and then audio apps, and we want to get a banana. Pick whichever you want, you can donate if you want. I'm gonna get an installer. Alright, so that's downloading. And then we also want a virtual audio cable. And I only need 1 extra, but if you want more or if you want 3 proper audio cables, you can donate a bit and get extra audio cables. But I only need 1, so I'm just gonna get downloads. There we go. So, VoiceMeter Pro setup, you just run it. Yes, you wanna do it. In my case, I've already installed it, so it says remove, but if you're new, it says install here, so you hit install and it installs. You know how installers work, right? So just install this. And then the same for VB cable, which comes in a zip package, so you need to unzip that first. Then hit setup, and the installer is exactly the same. It's the same big white button with install in it. So once you've installed those, you might need to restart your PC. I did anyway. It's a little effort and you're installing shit, so maybe it's needed. So yeah, do that. And then once that's done, you now have a virtual audio cable set up. So what does that look like? Well, it looks like this. So let's go into our recording devices. Here's my microphone, the one I'm talking through right now. Here's 2 I'm not using. Here, this is my webcam. And this is the microphone I'm talking through right now, my Yeti thing. And the things we just installed, this is the virtual audio cable that we installed. And then here's those 2 that come for free with VoiceMeter and Banana. Why are these in recording devices? Well, we're gonna be using them to record our game audio or music audio, whatever you want to record with them. And then in playback they should also show up, so here's all my TVs and shit, and then my speakers, and then they're here as well for playback. Alright, but we're mostly interested in the recording part of this. So that's what it looks like, but we need to route audio through those cables. So let's go into some programs, shall we, and just configure them to route some audio through. So first thing we want to do for playback is go to playback and then set the virtual audio cable or any of the other 2 as our default. So normally your speakers or your headphones are set as default, right? But we want to set the virtual cable or the other 2 as our default. So right click, set as default device. Now every single thing you do, unless you tell it otherwise, will play through that audio device, right? So if we go on YouTube, right, and we play the video, we now can't hear it because it's not going through our speakers anymore. You can see this thing move, right, but the speakers are quiet because we haven't routed this cable yet through to our speakers. And you can see here for the recording it's also there. Let's pause this again. So we want to route that through, but first let's just configure all the others. So we have these two, right? This is our default, and we want to record music separately, and in my case I also want to record Discord sounds separately. So I'm gonna go into my music player, and my music player is right over here. I use Winamp, so options, preferences, and then plugins, output. It's really complicated. And then here I select normally this by default this is set to primary sound driver, but we're gonna change that to, well, which one shall I use? Shall I use aux file? Let's just change it to aux file, which is this one. So in this list you see all these plus some extras: voice meter aux input, VB audio voice meter aux file. Yeah, that's that one. So let's select that one for Winamp. Apply, okay, close, and then if you play music in Winamp, it will go through this one. But obviously we can't hear it yet because we haven't configured Banana yet, but let's just do this first. Alright, so the YouTube video now comes through this, Winamp comes through this, and then if you go to Discord, into our voice and video settings, and then change the output device from default to, well, what's the other one? VB audio voice meter file. So that would be this one. And indeed, when we select it, Discord places a little jingle, and you can see it light up right over there. These work now. So, but how do we get these to play through our speakers? Well, that's where the Banana tool comes in. So we also installed Banana, so we look for Banana, voice meter Banana. And here we have it. So let's take a look again, right? Let's play the music in Winamp. So here's Winamp. Let's not do that yet. So first thing we want to do is look over here for virtual inputs. And these, voice meter file and voice meter aux, correspond to these two. So voice meter input, voice meter aux input, or aux file. So if we go into Winamp, for real this time, and then I don't know where I put my Winamp, here's my Winamp, up here. If we play that, let me just disable these, just disable these first thing. If we play it through Winamp, obviously we can't hear it now because we disabled it, but you can see it plays here, it plays here. We want to make sure that this plays through our speakers. So what we do is we go onto this button, number A1, and this is our output. So for A1 we select our speakers, our actual speakers, not any of the virtual ones. We select, I think it's this one, alright? But now it's still not playing through the speakers. Now we need to actually route this cable through to a speaker. And how do we do it? Well, it's really simple. We select A1. And as you can hear, it's now coming out of my speakers and bleeding into my microphone. And if we disable this again, it's gone quiet. So we want to set this to A1. And then also do that for this one, which was Discord. So let's stop the music and go back to Discord and then play that jingle again. And you can hear it now come through my speakers. You could see it light up here, here, and here. One of these. I didn't look which one it is, but yeah, that works. And then lastly, we want to actually get the default. So if we go back to YouTube and then play this, we still can't hear it. Right? It works here, but it doesn't show up in Banana yet, and that's because we actually need to still make Banana recognize the additional virtual audio cable that we installed, which is this one. So we can do it really easily by just going to one of these, hardware input 1, and then click select input device, and then finding the one in the list. And in this case it would be this one. So now we can see that the YouTube video is being played through this cable by these bars. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. And then once we click A1, it's coming through to our speakers. Now everything, if we play this, so that's the first half of this all set up. Let's stop the music again, shall we? So now we need to go into OBS to configure the actual recording of these tracks. So I'm just gonna grab OBS. This is OBS. Right now it is recording my microphone but nothing else. How do we fix this? Well, it's quite easy. First thing I would recommend, I guess it's not needed, but first thing I would do is go into your audio settings and just get rid of all of these, like for devices. Just disable them. I find it a lot easier to work through the sources myself, so that's what I'm gonna do. My guess is you can work through these, but I'm not going to. I'm going to show you with sources, and that way like you can add and remove audio devices as you please. So here's our microphone, this is the imagery. Let's click the plus and add an audio output. So we already have the input for the microphone, and then for output we're gonna add all the rest. So we have 3 outputs. We have that default YouTube video, we have Winamp, we have Discord. Right, so let's start with Discord. I'm just gonna name this Discord. So Discord we routed through VB audio voice meter file. So we add that, okay. And now we have this Discord thing. So if we go then into Discord, if we click here voice meter and play that jingle, you'll see this bar light up. So here we go. Boop boop boop. And there we go. So that's one. Now the other one. Add another audio output. This one is going for Winamp. And Winamp was routed through VB audio voice meter aux file. So we're selecting that. And now we have an Winamp here. So if we open Winamp and hit the play button, we can see it's being properly displayed in OBS. And then the last one is all the rest. In our case it's YouTube, but it could be game audio, it could be like, it's anything you're not routing through any of the other stuff. So game audio, audio output, and then I'm just gonna call this main because this is like the main content that's going to be recorded. So in this case it's just a stupid YouTube video, but normally this would be gameplay footage. So I'm gonna call this main, and main was going through our actual cable, or virtual cable. And then for the YouTube video we now have added main, YouTube video, play that. You can see that's working. So up next is making sure that these end up properly in our stream and in our recording. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to go into settings again, and then we're gonna go to audio. We disabled all that, that's fine. Video, nothing needed. Output is what we want to do. So set output mode to advanced, and then we're just gonna go through this tab by tab. So for streaming, we want to stream channel 2 or track 2, not track 1, track 2. And the reason for this is the sound how I want it to be uploaded to YouTube. I want that to go in audio track 1, so that when I just simply drag and drop one of my OBS recordings onto the YouTube upload page, it will automatically select audio track 1. So you want to make sure that audio track 1 is being used for however we want the audio to be on YouTube. So that means no music on audio track 1, but we want our music to go through to Twitch. So audio track 2 will make Twitch. So recording. So as I said, track 1 is the one that goes on YouTube. but I want to record all the tracks separately. Maybe not 2, because that's just for streaming, we don't really need that. So number 1 is how it goes in YouTube, number 2 is how it goes to Twitch, number 3 and 4, 5 and 6 is everything else. And what is that everything else? Well, let's go to audio tab. It's each source separately. So here's track 1, and that's how my recording for YouTube, no music. Track 2 is how it goes to stream, which is every sound. Track 3 is game audio only, or main, I guess I called it in here. Track 4 would be my microphone. Track 5 is the music. Track 6 everything else, but we named that Discord. And it helps labeling these. They are empty by default, you don't need to label them, but it's useful to label things. So apply. Now that we have that done, we still need to make sure that track 1 actually does not have the music in it. So how do we do that? Well, we click OK here, and then we go here to our mixer, and we click any cogwheel, and this UI is a bit funky, I guess, and we go to advanced audio properties. So we wanted to record all these tracks, right? So track 1 was how we wanted it to be on YouTube. So on YouTube we want our game audio, our microphone, which is this one, yes. We want a Discord in there, and we want the game audio in there, but we do not want the music in there. So we go to tracks and we mute number 1 Winamp. So now track 1 will be these 3, but not this one. Stream, track 2, we want it to be everything. So we leave everything ticked. So track 3 was going to be our main. So we untick everything that was main. Track 4 was going to be our microphone. So we untick everything that isn't our microphone. Track 5 was going to be our music. So we untick everything that isn't music. And then track 6 is going to be Discord. So we untick everything that isn't Discord. So now, track 1, I can drag and drop everything onto my YouTube. Just like that, and YouTube will take care of it. It will filter out all the other tracks, and it will just play this. 2 is for streams, and then for these, if I want to actually do some video editing on it first, or like rebalance the audio, or maybe I want game audio only, or maybe I do want to upload it to YouTube with music, I have these tracks that I can manipulate in the video editor, and I can take whichever one I want and combine them and separate them however I want, because they are all recorded individually. Yeah, that's that actually. And if I start streaming now, it's all set up. It's actually all set up now. But just to make sure it's all set up, it might be wise for us to make a little test recording and then open that in our favorite video player to see if it's actually worked. Alright, so I have started recording with our new intricate setup, and I'm just gonna mute the microphone here for a second, just so you can hear properly without it bleeding into the microphone and echoing, and look at these bars and see how what I am doing corresponds onto these bars. So muting. Alright, so now you can hear everything twice through my microphone because I don't have headsets. So I'm just gonna make some noise real quick, and then we can have a good demonstration of it in our video player. playback. So blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. And I should play the video probably just so you can see what's going on there. Blah 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 blah. So you see the gameplay, which in this case is YouTube. We have a funky groovy song playing in the background, which hopefully is royalty free. It came default of Windows. And then we have the annoying beeps from Discord. And then we have myself, of course. So I think that's enough. Be quiet. Where's Winamp? Be quiet, and you are already quiet. So I'm gonna stop this recording real quick just so we can load it into a favorite video player, and I'll demonstrate the final effects and results of this. Alright, so it's time to look at our recording we just made. So I'm just gonna load my video player right here. And then I'm gonna go into my recordings and take the demo session. And here we go. So, if we right click on here and then go to audio track, we can see the audio tracks we just made. So here we have recording for YouTube, no music. Here we have main sound only, microphone only, music only, Discord only. And then we disabled the stream track in the OBS settings because I don't really need that one, and that one doesn't show up. So this is our recording. So let's just listen to it. So track 1, you'll notice that it is the video and the annoying beeps and my voice. If we listen to that, I think yeah. So here. So you can tell, right, on the video, this Winamp bar is visible, right? But because we cut out the Winamp, you can't hear it. Let's demonstrate all the other ones. So music. If we now continue playing this, you see all the other bars move, but you won't hear the game sound. So this is pure raw music that we recorded. Right, so you can see the gameplay video, you can see me make noise in Discord, you don't hear it because we selected the music track. Let's do one more demonstration. I think you've got the gist of it now, but let's just play the main, and that should just be the music, the YouTube video. Indeed, the music stopped, my annoying Discord notifications stopped, it's just the video sound. For completeness sake, let's play the Discord beeps. So track Discord, and now it is just the Discord beeps. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions, I guess you can ask them. But this is how I set it up for myself. And I know a lot of people asked about this, so that's why I made this. And I didn't make this earlier because I forgot how I did it. But yeah, I figured it out again. So yeah, bye boy.